So now that we've defined our terms, I could go into a strategy. You guys ready to go through the strategy? Okay, we got one person who's ready. All right, the conversion funnel. The conversion funnel is, this is one of the exercises that I do with our clients, because a lot of people, they just want to throw everything out there, and people go from never hearing about you to hearing about you for the very first time, right? So I've never heard about you, and I've heard about you for the first time, and then I eventually become a loyal customer. Well, between loyal customer and awareness, there's a few preliminary steps. And so this is kind of mapping out a user's journey from never hearing about you to becoming a loyal follower. So just like hypothetically speaking, 1,000 people hear about your business for the very first time. So you exist, nobody's heard about you. You guys never heard about Butler Branding. Now you have, you're here. And let's just say out of 1,000 people, maybe 100 are gonna do some research. So out of the 10 or so people that raise your hand, maybe one of you is gonna go to my website and learn more about who this company is, about Butler Branding. So let's just say 1,000 people hear about you, 100 people do research, 10 of those people are actually gonna consider working with you or engage with your brand at some capacity. This could be in the form of a like on your social media post. It could be clicking on a link and going to a landing page. It could be taking a brochure and taking it home and maybe following up. It could be sending you an email or an inquiry. It's just some sort of form of they're saying I'm interested. I may be ready, I may be willing, I may be able, but I want to learn a little bit more. A certain percentage of those, we'll just pretend 10%, will actually become a customer. They're going to spend money with you. As a side note, one of the marketing strategies that a lot of people implement is having a low barrier to entry, because when people spend any money with you, whether it's $1 or $5, they're 14 times more likely to buy some of your higher end products. And so if you sell a widget for $1,000, it's going to be a very long process before I buy that $1,000 widget. But if you sell me an entry-level thing at like $5 and I see that you've provided me value, I've already spent money. I'm now 14 times more likely to spend more money with you. And so that conversion, you got to think about what are the different ways I can help convert somebody from never spending money with me to now they've done something. And then loyalty, usually it's the 80-20 rule, right? 20% of your people, your customers, become your loyal following. They'll come back, they'll repeat business, and they'll refer all their friends. If you're a startup and you haven't had a conversion funnel yet, this is where you're using a little bit of imagination and empathy, but I want you to think, how are people gonna hear about me for the very first time? Where are they gonna be doing their research? What opportunities, in fact, the next slide, is list all your current brand experiences, right? And I listed a couple here. So like in awareness, this could include search engine optimization. This includes social media, maybe trade shows, networking at a thing like this. A lot of you guys raise your hand for B2B. Well, guess what? There's a room full of business owners here. And so this is one way of getting your name out there. Research could include your website, print material, maybe you have a YouTube channel or social media. Engagement, this could be phone call, DM on social media, web forms, they could walk in. Conversion, you maybe have some sort of presentation deck or sales sheets. Loyalty, how do I get people to come back? Maybe we have email marketing, text marketing, direct mail. And we're gonna go ahead and do the next step. So the step one is list all of the current brand experiences. And now if doing that, you didn't get everything, it's totally fine. Take these home and kind of think through it. List all the different current brand experiences as well as potential ones that maybe you're thinking about. Step two is I want you to circle and identify gaps or opportunities. Okay, so these are things that you're like, okay, I listed out the conversion funnel, but I'm definitely failing or can improve, or I've totally neglected and need to add this area. All right, last step is prioritize. Now you can do this when you get home just because we're gonna move on, but what I do want you to do is right by the funnel area right here, draw a vertical line and then a horizontal line. So like a big uppercase letter L. And on the vertical line, I want you to write impact. And on the horizontal line, I want you to put doable. Now, if we were live and doing this in person, I might have done all of these things with sticky notes and put them all up on a board. And so now it's just kind of brain dumping. We have everything as sticky notes in each one of these areas of the conversion funnel. And then I would draw the L, and then we would see how impactful, is this high impact, and how doable is this? Like, can I do this with the current resources, money, time, and connections that I have? Or is this like, very difficult to do. Like I have to have a lot of money and resources or people that I don't currently have access to. If it's very high impact and very doable, you're probably gonna do it now. This is something that you immediately need to think about. Don't waste any more time, do it. If it's high impact but low doability, maybe it's in the future, maybe a little bit later. If it's the less doable or the less impactful, that save that for a long term. So this is like immediate, midterm, and long term. And then if it's low impact, low doability, you're probably never gonna have to do these things or never focus on those things. Don't even give it your time and attention. Okay, so if you've done this correctly, you've now identified things in your conversion funnel that need your attention and you prioritize them as the ones that you should work on right now.